The cafe buzzed with life, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee mingling with the hum of conversations. Amelia, lost in a book, never noticed him. She was absorbed in the world of her novel, oblivious to the bustling surroundings. Daniel, home on leave, was drawn to her instantly. His eyes kept wandering back to her, intrigued by her serene presence amidst the chaos. Her fiery hair, her emerald eyes, the way she smiled at the pages. Everything about her captivated him. She glanced up, their eyes met, time stood still. In that fleeting moment, a silent connection was forged. He worked up the courage. "May I sit here?" His voice was steady, but his heart raced. She looked up, startled, then smiled. Of course. They talked for hours, sharing stories and laughter. He, a soldier, she, a writer. Their worlds were so different, yet they found common ground in their dreams and aspirations. He found her fiercely independent, she, his strength and gentle heart. They were drawn to each other's unique qualities. As the cafe emptied, they knew this was no ordinary meeting. It was the beginning of something special, a chance encounter that would change their lives forever. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Daniel's leave flew by in a whirlwind of stolen kisses and shared dreams. Every moment they spent together was a treasure, a memory etched in their hearts forever. They walked hand in hand along the beach, the setting sun painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. The sound of the waves was a soothing symphony, a backdrop to their whispered promises and shared hopes. He wrote her poetry, each word echoing the depth of his love. His letters were filled with passion, longing, and a promise of forever. She read him her stories, her voice soothing his battle-hardened soul. Her words were a balm, healing the wounds that war had inflicted on his spirit. He was her anchor, she his light. Together they found strength in each other, a bond that grew stronger with each passing day. They were two souls intertwined, their love a sanctuary. In each other's arms they found a refuge from the world, a place where time stood still. But like a shadow, the thought of his return to duty loomed. The reality of his impending departure cast a pall over their happiness, a reminder that their time together was fleeting. The news came too soon. His deployment was moved up. Holding each other, they fought back tears. Promises whispered, their love the only shield against the fear. "Write to me," he pleaded, his voice thick with emotion. She clung to him, her heart breaking. "Always," she breathed, "come back to me." He left, taking a piece of her heart with him. The world felt empty, the silence deafening. All she had left were his letters, each one a lifeline. Days turned into months. Each letter from the front line was a testament to their love, filled with longing and hope. She poured her heart into her letters, sharing her life, her dreams, her unwavering belief in their future. His letters kept her going, fueling her hope. She imagined their reunion, the warmth of his embrace, the joy in his eyes. She lived for that moment, her love a beacon in the darkness. The war finally ended. The world breathed a collective sigh of relief as the news spread like wildfire. Streets were filled with jubilant crowds, and the air was thick with the scent of newfound freedom. Soldiers, weary but victorious, began their journey back to the lives they had left behind. The news was met with relief and apprehension. He was coming home. Families gathered at train stations and airports, their hearts pounding with a mix of joy and anxiety. The anticipation was almost unbearable as they waited for the first glimpse of their loved ones. But would he be the same? The war had changed everyone, and the fear of the unknown loomed large. Memories of the past haunted them, and the future seemed uncertain. Would the man who left return as the same person, or would he be a stranger in his own home? Days turned into weeks, the silence deafening. Each passing day felt like an eternity, the waiting unbearable. The house, once filled with laughter and life, now echoed with emptiness. The ticking clock was a constant reminder of the time slipping away. Doubt crept in, whispering its venomous lies. What if he never returned? What if the war had taken more than just time? The mind played cruel tricks and hope seemed like a distant dream. The letters, once a source of comfort, now felt like a lifeline slipping away. Then, one sun-drenched afternoon, a figure emerged from a taxi. He was home. The moment they had all been waiting for had finally arrived. The sight of him standing there was almost surreal. It was as if time had stopped and the world had righted itself. Time stood still as their eyes met across the crowded street. The noise and chaos around them faded into the background. In that instant, nothing else mattered. Their eyes spoke volumes, conveying all the words they couldn't say. Her heart recognized him even before her eyes did. Tears streamed down her face, a mix of relief and overwhelming joy. She ran towards him, her arms outstretched, ready to hold him close and never let go. He was thinner, scarred, but his eyes still held the same love, the same warmth. The war had left its mark on him, but it hadn't taken away his essence. He was still the man she loved, the man she had been waiting for. He walked towards her, his steps slow but steady. Each step brought him closer to the life he had fought so hard to return to. The distance between them seemed to shrink with every heartbeat. As he took her in his arms, all the fear, the uncertainty melted away, the world around them disappeared, and in that embrace they found solace. The war, the separation, the pain, it all faded into the background. They had weathered the storm, their love their compass, their hope their anchor. Together they had faced the darkest of times and emerged stronger. Their bond, forged in the fires of adversity, was unbreakable. They had found their way back to each other. The journey had been long and arduous, but it had led them back to where they belonged. Together, hand in hand, they walked forward, ready to face whatever the future held. And in that moment, all was right with the world. The past was behind them, and the future was theirs to create. With love as their guide, they knew they could overcome anything. Together they were unstoppable.